Hello, everyone. Welcome to Truth Tribe. If you are new here, I'm Daune Thompson. I am known as the Soul CEO Activator. I decode the boulders so you can design the life that you actually deserve, not the one that you were told to settle for. Truth Tribe exists for one reason: self-awareness, self-understanding. In your health, your wealth, your relationships, all of it. I want to always say this clearly at the beginning of every call, of every session. You are already perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. We're not fixing you. We're remembering who you are. And today we are talking about identity in action. Stop leaking energy and start leading your life. So welcome back. Last week we talked about identity, who you are now, not who you're recovering from. And this week is about proof, right? Not not proof to others. And this is where everybody gets tripped up. Proof to your nervous system. Because here's the reality. Your life does not change when you know better. Your life changes when you move differently. Your life changes when you understand who you are. And that momentum, that movement reveals one thing very fast: where you're leaking energy. And the real reason that you feel tired, this is a big deal because people are really tired lately. Yes, I know the universe. Yes, I know the planets. But as you all know, even using astrology to guide people with your map, I do not put responsibility or blame on the planets. Oh, it's Mercury retrograde. It's Mercury retrograde's fault. It's not. It's a message from the universe saying, listen to me, try this. Most people are exhausted not because they're doing too much, but because they're doing too much out of alignment with who they are. And so leaks look like explaining yourself when you don't need to, overgiving to avoid discomfort, undercharging to stay likable. That was a big one that changed in my reality. You don't like me? You don't like follow me? You don't like my stuff? Get out. Why? Because those who do understand know where we're going, and what I want is you to see the big badass you, not this small self. Staying quiet to keep the peace, tolerating things that you've outgrown. None of that is kindness to yourself. That's self-abandonment with manners and pretty packaging. So, lighthouse truth. A lighthouse doesn't leak light, my friends. It doesn't dim itself to make the boats comfortable. It doesn't negotiate storms. It doesn't chase approval. It stands and it shines and it holds position. That's leadership. That's worth. That's identity in action. So, where energy leaks are going to show up first, if you want to find your leaks quickly, look for these four areas. One, your boundaries. Where do you say yes, but you mean no? Where do you resent people after you agree? That's not them, that's a boundary leak. Number two, in money, where are you under earning, over giving, or avoiding financial clarity? Money doesn't just disappear, it follows your self-trust. Leaks here are almost always worthy based. They're all about your worth, your time. Where are you busy but not fulfilled? Distracting but not progressing? Time leaks show you where you're avoiding your commitment to yourself, even if it's just to sit alone and read a book. Oh, but that's not productive. I get it. That's old bullshit programming that you've got to end. Your time is valuable because you make it valuable because it's worth it to you. And number four, your emotional labor. Who are you managing, fixing, carrying emotionally? Because if you're tired after interactions, you're not tired because of the world and the work you're doing. You're tired because you're leaking energy and not connecting. You're overgiving. So why trying harder is going to make it worse? Most people respond to leaks by pushing harder. More discipline, more effort, more fixing. And it doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Because leaks aren't effort problems. Your identity misalignment problems. That's what they are. And you don't need better habits. You need cleaner agreements with yourself. So the real question this week is not, what should I do? Everybody's asking that. What should I do? What should I do about this? What should I do with planets? What should I do about my strategy? In business and executive coaching, I get this all the time. What should I do? I don't want you to ask that question. I want you to ask, what would the version of me I respect stop doing? What would the version of me that I respect stop doing? Because power doesn't come from adding more, it comes from removing what drains you. Stop negotiating with your old self, my friends. Your old identity will try to bargain. That old person's dead and gone. Remember the snake we talked about? The snake skin's shedding. But you're still trying to go back there and bargain. Because it's going to say, just this once, let's do it. Oh, just try it again. It's not a big deal, right? I don't want to be mean. I'll fix it later. That voice is familiar. It's not wise. You don't need to fight it. You just don't need to follow it. So your lighthouse practice that I want you to do this daily. Ask yourself once a day, where did I give energy today that didn't return respect, peace, or progress? Where did I give energy today that didn't return respect, peace, or progress? That's not shame, my friends. That's data. Awareness collapse. It will collapse the leaks faster than effort ever will. So I want you to take action without the drama this week. This week is not about blowing up your life. It's about one clean correction, one boundary that you hold, one price that you honor, one conversation that you stop avoiding, behavior that you no longer excuse from others for yourself and you are just accepting it. Commitment that you keep to yourself. Small, clean actions build internal authority. That's momentum. And what it feels like when you're aligned, you need to expect less urgency, fewer explanations, quieter confidence. Internal nervous system kind of settles down and like, temporary discomfort is going to get followed by relief. After you did it, you're like, oh, I feel so much better. I made that choice. Because if it feels familiar but peaceful, you're doing it right. I'm sorry, if it feels unfamiliar, but it feels peaceful, you know you're doing it right. So next week, we're going to move into momentum without burnout. How aligned action compounds why consistency beats intensity, and how to stop restarting your life every single month or every week even. You don't need permission to protect your energy, my friends. You need courage to stop leaking it, to stop playing in old blind spot, low frequency energy. And it's inside your map. Your soul CEO knows what it wants, but you're playing the old patterns and programs of your low energy. It's in your map. And identity becomes real when your behavior catches up. And if you want help tightening this into real life action, your boundaries, your money, your worth, to like the whole stop leaking my energy plan, go get into my simple basic reality check reset. If you've already done it and you want to finally go full on deep dive, get into Soul Masters 180. Hop on my website, ideserveitnow.com. Details are always in the notes below or on my social. Have a wonderful week, my friends. Brightest blessings.